I'm very, very lucky to be joined by the ringleader of Australia's unstoppable force, the man himself, Winston McCall. Bloody hell. Big night, mate.
Ringleader.
Ringleader. From Byron Bay basements and kids pitting like crazy to a seated black tie audience. That's a big transition.
Yeah, it's nuts. It was it's still kind of just sinking in, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
like I actually had like a wave of emotion hit me like just before like coming here, where I was like, oh, this is all the things I was supposed to feel last night, but I was kind of just too in the moment kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. It was so intense. And it's I mean, the whole concept of the thing was crazy, and it's nuts when you've got like an orchestra and a choir and stuff backing you, but also like there's no barrier at the Opera House.
Yeah.
So that it was probably one of the most intimate Parkway shows literally since like those youth center like basement days. It was like, but I'm looking at people in suit and tie and gowns and stuff like 2 feet in front of me.
It's nuts.
It's so crazy.
But that's the strange thing too. It still felt like a Parkway Drive show. Like the effect didn't change anything. You still had the Parkway Drive chants.
Yeah.
People were still headbanging as hard as they could, even restricted to the seat. Like not many bands can do that. That's a big one.
Cheers. I'm so good. Yeah, I'm so stoked with the way it translated for people.
Yeah.
We wanted to make it like it to be just a recontextualizing of like just what's possible.
Yeah.
Like it's and with the entire event as well, like it was an idea of, I mean, the last thing we did, like you were on it, like that 20-year tour, and it was like bells and whistles everywhere in terms of just like bang, boom,
crazy
things going off, and it just being adrenaline, sensory overload the entire time. But we wanted this to be like, you almost take away the physical shocks.
Yep.
And the shocks come from the musical arrangement, basically.
100%. That sense of things is high.
Yeah. Which gives people a different, like, I think it's physical in the sense of obviously you're going to be moved by the music, but it's the music that's driving it rather than the crowd swell and me being that ringleader that I normally am, just like instigating the chaos.
You enjoyed ringleader a lot.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, it was neat to see it really, like when we started working on the songs, we're like, this is really heavy. This is like, there's plenty of sweeping stuff and there's plenty of intimate stuff in there, but when it's heavy, we're like, God, there's no way this wasn't physically going to move people, like move people's bodies.
So that's it. It just hit completely different. Now, you said on stage last night that the opportunity rolled around really quickly, and I want to know, what was that first reaction as a band when that was first placed in front of your eyes?
No, we have our 20-year tour to plan because it came around
that sim.
Dude, so here's the context for it. Like, the guys that the team that's creating the film to go with it, Hype, they've done a whole bunch of work with us, absolute legends, and they had the concept for it, and they were like, hey, we should do this. There's an opportunity. There's one date that you can do it. And we're busy building this 20-year anniversary tour, which is like
already mammoth enough.
Yeah, already mammoth. And we're like, okay, we can't think of this now. Like, just back burner for a couple of months while this gets done. And literally, it was like 7 days after, or maybe it wasn't even 7. It might have been 5 days after the last show of that 20-year tour. I flew down, like Luke and I flew down to the Opera House to meet the crew and go over the concept. And all of a sudden, like, the whole Opera House crew is amazing. Like, hey, you got to come and do this. And they were like, it's all ready to go. Like, what if you guys build the show? It's here. And we're like, so we're straight back on. Like that. But it was like, instead of like a year and a half to build a show, it was like, you have 6 months. And also, if you're going to run and like, we're like, you got to do an orchestra. So how the hell do you do that?
Yeah.
So figuring all of that out and the staging and everything, it was literally like, it was 6 months for us.
It's turned into a brand new beast, hasn't it? Like,
dude, yeah.
Now it's in that era, I guess. Like, It seems like everything you do is this once never before thought possible feat. Every project, like
yeah, it's crazy.
It's non-stop, and
it's
that's the
crazy.
thing. Like you're bringing it, you're taking it overseas now too. Like it's going to Europe. It's just not the operatic stuff, but like your big stadium tour, and it's just everything you're doing. You're becoming masters of the craft now, and behind the scenes, I feel like you're really thinking like a year or more in advance.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
It is just.
I mean, generally, like it's like the plan's like 5 year at least vague.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So that's the thing when something like an outlier of, hey, it's the Sydney Opera House and it's also a symphony comes around, and it's like it just slots in between all of the other stuff you're going on. You're like, I thought I was going to have a break. Cancel the holidays. Like,
true.
It was like just straight back to the drawing board. But to be honest, like it was one of possibly the most rewarding project we've ever done.
Yeah.
Last night was like probably the greatest show we've ever played.
Yeah.
It just was so incredible to be able to do. And the team that we have, that we work with, are so awesome to be able to take what we imagine. Because like for context of everyone watching and listening, like we can't read or write music. Like we can't, like you hand me the sheet music and I'm like, nope.
I was about to say, dude,
nope.
This is a mile away from being in the studio and just mapping out breakdown patterns.
100%. Like, and that's it. That's literally
your communication is completely shifting right now.
100%. So like that was the thing when we had the concept. We're like, how do we execute this? And Joel, our music director, who's been on board with us for years, is like, this is his bread and butter. Generally, he's like, I can do it, and the way we do it is basically we write the song list, and then because he knows us and knows the way we speak, we can tell him what we want in our language of like, yep, we need like, we're thinking for this one, like the strings have got a lock on these sections. We want it to be highlighted in this way and have this vibe. And this one's going to be more choir orientated. And this is the part where like, we need something to replace the classical guitar. So something with strings that's going to be able to be plucked in the same way. And he goes like, okay, cool. And then went and assembled a team of arrangers and composers and basically like took our words and put it into music speak and was like, we need this with all of this lingo, that musical lingo that we're like, when they start speaking, and I'm like, we've got no idea what you're talking about. But the demos started coming back from them, and we're like, this is exactly what we wanted, but it's better than what we could have imagined. So it's a crazy experience. It took a lot of pressure off us because we knew that there was kind of no expectation walking into the gig. People really had no idea what to expect from it because we positioned it in that place where we're like, this is not what you're expecting. And we really knew that there's no way that people could guess what was coming through the entire way through. And when it's in that realm and you rip away all expectations, it means you kind of can't screw up.
Essentially,
like, we kind of can, but we could take our time setting it up. Like we didn't have to go, okay, transition, cool. This goes into this. The show goes like this. It was like, just breathe and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And the show was like, I'm not dodging fireballs or like moving from stage to stage and Ben's not upside down. Like it was really like,
refreshing.
Really refreshing. That's the thing. It was more just like, play your songs and play the art and it's going to speak, and it's just going to speak in the most fully realized form that was ever possible with these songs, and that's what's going to hit. And we knew that the orchestra and the choir and everything were going to do that. So we really just got to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it was cool just being able to go, I know what's coming, but I know what these people are about to get, and they don't know it for every single part that was coming. Because I knew like every song had like, it started with familiarity and then it built, and there was always something in every single song where it was just heightened, super, super heightened moments where I was like waiting for that bit to hit where I was just like, and here comes the choir.
Dude, everyone was eating. Like I was seeing Jeff like put new life into like the guitar solos and the leads, like, and it had me thinking the whole time, like these songs, this man has like this kind of classical brain, I'm thinking. Like, I don't know where it comes from.
Dude, honestly, it's just soul.
Yeah.
I can 100% tell you, his brain does not have classics. His brain is not linked to classical. His brain is linked to Jeff and is linked to something really special.
It really is.
But yeah, no, I know what you mean. Like, but in the way that like, That is one of the things that really stands out to me, because when we get the tracks back as well, we have like the fully realized Parkway version, and then they also gave us like, here's just what the orchestra's playing, and hearing the melodies, and then counter melodies and complementary melodies that they've also woven in around what's originally been created. I was like genuinely moved by how beautiful the music is that we've written, and like the riffs that Jeff's written. When you remove the band from it, I'm like, wow, that is really, really stunning. Hearing something like Horizons, which has got so many parts, like, and so much progression through the entire thing. Like even when we did some of the rehearsals and like we're like, band shut up now, and they're just going to do their thing so they can get it dialed in, and they play Horizons. I was just like, man, this song is stunning. Like it's, wow. I don't get, like, we don't necessarily get to appreciate it in that way, because like it's built on adrenaline and carnage for us. I guess that's what music is in the first place. Whoever's classically trained or whatever like that, they're still tapped into.
You can't remove it.
You can't remove it. Yeah, it's just human. It's just a sign of the human creating it, and that's what this is. And it's just really nice to hear 100%. That part of us like come out in a way that we haven't heard before. Yeah,
dude, it's been absolutely insane. Like, and it's just been the sheer work and effort alongside it, like jumping on that, as like you said, from the anniversary tour last year to now, just everything that you've been doing is absolutely insane. But I think the most awesome part that I see is you bring the people along with you. So your crew, like all these people that are involved in the team, they've been there the whole time. They're following you around. And it's the same with the same ethos. Like it's always kept in that same world. No matter how big these stages get and how big these worlds and ideas get, you still keep the punk hardcore ethos.
Yeah.
I just want to know, like, that is obviously still such an important thing.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how things work.
Yes.
People hasn't figured out yet. That makes the world run so much better than any other way. And they're like, they're there for it, dude. It gave me a lot of pride yesterday seeing how epic our team are. And like, I've seen them work every single show that we've ever done in terms of just like the variety of it. And yesterday, like, I walked out for dress rehearsals and all the crew are suited up. Everyone looked the same as we did, and we're just like, oh, you guys are just the freaking best, man. Like, it was just sick. Really, they crushed it. Like, it's just, we feel blessed to have an operation that runs in the way it does.
I mean, like, it always started like in the early days too. You would have still had teams back then. Like Fishy's always been there. Like, that's the thing. And they've just, I don't know, like, you're creating this world with all your friends and family that is basically speaking out to the next generation of Australian bands always, that you're putting out, like, from DVD days to now. You are the first ones from this country to put that idea there as a band that you follow your dreams, you work hard, and it can be done. And we're seeing it all. And it's like that Australian culture, we see it overseas, and it always seems a bit too far away for us to grab and sort of reach, but we see you guys do it. And all of a sudden it's possible, and you've had that kind of reaffirming kind of, you're the dads.
Yeah.
You are the dads of Australian metal. And how does it feel? How does that affect?
It's really cool. Like, I have such vivid memories of like the first like couple of years we were touring Europe and the States, and we were playing shows and we were opening, and we'd go to the merch desk afterwards and we'd be selling stuff, and they're like, "You're from Australia? There's music from Australia?" Because this is like this is MySpace just kicking off and stuff like that. So it's not like you're on Spotify and everything's available. It was literally, if there wasn't a distro for your record, people didn't have it, and people literally didn't know there was a heavy music scene of any kind in Australia, and they're telling it straight to your face.
Yeah.
So knowing that like it's come from there to where it is now,
mate,
is so sick. And just knowing that, like, that we were in the wilderness to begin with, but while we're in the wilderness, we're just going, look down there.
Yeah,
it's really good.
And it worked. Like, I'm thinking about this now. From that to now, when I was doing that overseas and hopping to the merch desk, every conversation was, Australian metal is so good. It's the best.
Yeah.
What's in the water over there?
And that combo has been there for so long and has remained.
Thank you.
Like, it's so sick. It's so sick. It's just like, it's a constant. Australia has a gold star seal of approval that has not wavered. Like, real? Things come and go. Like, trends come and go, opinions come and go. Australia's quality for metal has just been like, nah, it's sick. That's it. It's
the
always
top.
the top tier, and everyone's just like, "Yep, that's what it does. That's what they do." So we punch high in the
big
weight
time.
category. In the weight category,
You punch high and the punches land.
Yeah.
Like, it is just, it's incredible, mate. I wish you all the best for the next adventure and whatever big ambitious project is on the next horizon.
Oh, there's things. Trust me. There's things.
I thought that may be the case. Thank you so much for your time today, mate.
Appreciate
I'll
it.
see you next time. Absolutely.